Hello, I'm Sally Pitts, a former student in AIS. By now you know you have a project to do in Excel. So I want to give you some tips that will hopefully help you with that project. The topic I want to discuss is professional presentation. Presentation or appearance is the first impression you give someone. It doesn't matter if all your information is correct. If your work is not clear and concise, you come off as not being organized. So I want to give you some tips that will hopefully help you with that. First, make sure you're consistent with formatting style. When working on my project, I often notice the formatting would be different in different cells. So if you want percent, comma, or currency, make sure it's consistent from one cell to the next. Also, you want to make sure your cells are wide enough so you can see all the data within it. So if it is cut off, put your cursor next to the header and drag it out. Here's how you do that. If you can see right here, my titles are cut off. So I'm just going to go up here, the top of the row, drag it out. So we still need a little more. Pull out a little farther. And there you go. You can see it all. Secondly, to make sure your spreadsheet is more legible, use your painter. It defines each category. Use one color for your headers, another to highlight categories within your worksheet. Also, you don't want to use crazy colors. I think you can get away with it with this project, but when you're in the real world, you want to use colors that are professional. Using the basic colors gives a more professional impression. Another tip to make your spreadsheet a little easier to read is to shade every other row. That makes it easier on the eyes to follow the work. Here's how to do it. First, click on Conditional Format. Choose New Rule. A box will pop up. You want to choose Use a Formula to determine which cells to format. Then you want to put your formula in. You see that formula there on your screen. Then click Format. Another box will pop up. Go to Pattern Color. Pick a nice color. I would like a light green or gray. And you can also pick a pattern style for that. And then you click OK. Click OK again. And there you go. And make sure you select the area you want it to affect before you put that in. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the computer here. Select the area you want to highlight, then go to Conditional Formatting, New Rule, pick your rule, put in your formula, double check that rule to make sure you have it correct in there, and we do. Click Format, we can pick our pattern color, pattern style, click OK, OK again, and there you go. See, that is much easier to read and easier to follow. A lot easier on the eyes there. Also, when thinking about making your spreadsheet easier to read for users, you want to make sure they can see all the data. Use the zoom function to make it larger. You can also enlarge certain areas you want to put emphasis on in the spreadsheet. It's always a good idea to print your work. That way you can see what it looks like printed and get a good idea as to what needs changing. And finally, nothing gives off a bad impression like poor spelling and grammar. Many people are not aware there is a spell check function within Excel. All you have to do is go to Review, and there you see ABC and that check mark to do your spell check. You want to do that for all your worksheets within Excel. You know, this won't catch homonyms. One example, words like right, like your right hand, write like you're writing, and write like rite of passage. So have someone look over your project. This person can also catch any grammatical errors you may have made. Hopefully you found some of these tips helpful. Good luck on your project.